Sports betting news, Matt and Dave's daily picks, and an entertaining and unfiltered dive into the sports betting industry. Here's Dave Sharapan and Matt Perrault.
And here we go.
And we are off on a Thursday. What is up, Brigade? Welcome into the Bostonian versus the Book. Dave Sharapan, the Book. Matt Perrault, the Bostonian. Live on YouTube. Live on Twitter.
Yeah.
We got our subscribers. Sports Grid, how are you? Thank you, late night owls watching the program. Day one of the Masters, Mr. Sharapan. Brewers gear today for you. Brew Crew, how are you?
Yeah, they're the best team in baseball, apparently. And, you know, we'll get to the reason why I'm wearing this Brewers stuff. I'm a new fan of some guys on the team now.
How about one guy on the team?
I mean, come on. We'll have that story a little bit
awesome.
later. That was
best story of the day. It's the best story of the day.
Yeah, it has a little baseball, softball tie, and all this other stuff. And again, I didn't see it yesterday, but check the rundown every day on the show. You pop in with one or two that are just zingers, and you know I always try to respond with zingers, and we'll have that addressing the Masters. And
that might be our latest incarnation of it's not the wife, it's the life. Because his life, I don't know how good his life's going to be for a while.
It's going to be just fine. He's in the big leagues.
He is in the big leagues, but so is she. His wife is.
That's what. That don't spoil it. Stay. You got to stay in the show.
Yeah.
To hear the story, but it's outstanding. It's an outstanding tweet, as well as you know, we traded some pictures this morning. We got a lot of things planned today for the show.
Well, let's start with the Masters here and the opening round of the Masters. Tiger is on the course, so we're going to keep you guys abreast. Of what's happening. He has not played.
That was you, not me.
Yep, that was me. Sorry, that was not you. That was my phone. As Tiger is in the featured group. 6 under, Victor Hovland is dialed in with an unbelievable shirt. I mean, bright fuchsia. I don't even know what you'd call the flower that he has on the shirt, but
really,
he wore his colors today. He came out and he is firing at pins, and we got low scores all over the golf course, which is really bad news for Tiger Woods, who has not played well.
Feel good, play good, baby. Look good, feel good, play good. I haven't seen this shirt yet. You're hyping it up. I can't wait to see it.
Oh, you'll see it. It's beautiful. 3 over for Tiger. He's currently 9 strokes back of Victor Hovland.
Grinding.
Grind is not really the right word, because Tiger needed to shoot an under par score today to make the cut. Because when the course gets wet tomorrow with the rain in the forecast, he has talked a lot about the fact that he can't stabilize his leg.
Yeah.
When it's raining, when it's wet.
That's a problem.
He can't walk downhill. He can't walk uphill. If he slips, he could slip, and literally the whole golf tournament's over for him if he throws the knee out. So this is really bad news for Tiger that he got off to a rocky start. Putter wasn't there. Just hasn't put the ball in the right places. And so if you bet Tiger to miss the cut, unless tomorrow's rain holds off and Tiger fires tomorrow, you're probably going to lose that bet.
If you bet him to miss the cut, you're going to win
cash. Yeah. I'm sorry. Bet him to make the cut, I should have said. You're going to probably lose that bet.
What have you been doing all morning? You're
golf.
all over the place right now.
Watching golf. I love this day. It's so fun. I think the Masters day 1 and day 2, for me, it rivals the NCAA tournament day 1, day 2.
You prefer day 1 and 2 versus the weekend?
It's not that I prefer. Oh, yeah. Over the weekend? Yeah, I do prefer it over the weekend. Just because there's so many golfers on the course. I love watching obviously the end. But when we have a Thursday and Friday, it's currently 10:51 Pacific time.
It is.
And we have a litany of golfers on the golf course right now.
Litany.
I love it.
Ramping up the vocabulary here on the BVB. There's probably half the brigade that's here that even knows what that word means. But thank you for being here, brigade.
Yes.
Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button while you're here. We didn't say it yet.
It's just fun. I mean, I love scoreboard watching. I love the course. It's perfect weather today. And
how do you watch this now, Perrault? Because for years we couldn't see any of this. And so you got Oh, you got it on the phone?
Yeah, I watched it on my
You
phone.
got it on the TV too?
ESPN Plus. Yeah.
Got it
That's what
on
they want. I mean, you can watch it. You can watch as much as you want. I mean, you can watch every shot that Tiger
Right.
takes, every
Right.
shot that Scotty Scheffler takes, and then they flash highlights from time to time.
Right.
So, but yes, you and I are old enough to remember when the front nine, well, the entire first round wasn't on TV.
It was a mystery.
And then only the back nine was on TV.
Right.
And then they decided to say, all right, fine, we'll put all of it on TV. And then ESPN came in and said, well, why don't we put all of the first round before our coverage starts in the afternoon? We'll put it on ESPN Plus.
Right.
And they were like, yes, we're doing that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, for a long time, people had never seen the first tee during the week ever.
Right.
I mean, when the Masters first started being broadcasted, the back nine was only on TV, right?
That's it.
The front nine wasn't. Yeah. So I remember like when it went on the full 18, people were like, there are some of you at home who have never seen the first tee before.
Nope.
Here's the first tee. Like this is I mean, it's an incredible golf course, but a really interesting history as to how the members decided to police this. But we're going to see the 13th. We're talking about it a bit before the show. When you guys see where the 13th tee is, it is unbelievable.
It's 4.
They purchased, that's the land they purchased. Remember I was telling you yesterday, they had to buy the adjacent land.
Yeah.
That's the land they bought to push the 13th tee all the way back to make that par 5 a lot more difficult. It's playing par right now. It's not playing all that tough, maybe not as many birdies, which kind of stinks for Sunday because Amen Corner is moving corner. Like that's when you could make some noise with the 12th, 13th, and 14th from par 3, par 5, par 4 opportunity with Amen Corner to go out there and do that. But do we want to put your picture up first or my picture up first?
Well, we got golf pictures. I mean, flaps up got to go first. It don't matter to me, but I love flaps up. We got a lot of people watching that maybe don't play golf, maybe do play golf. This is you at Augusta.
This is me on the 12th tee at Augusta.
At Augusta.
In 2006. So this is the one and only time I'd ever been there. Now, I get made fun of like crazy because of the flaps up, as you call it.
Flaps up. I mean, listen, you got to rock the flaps up when it's time to have the flaps up. What's wrong with that?
It was actually, I was rocking it then because of the heat. The sun.
Well, you get torched when the sun is even thinking about coming out from behind the car.
And this is before vitiligo. This is before my vitiligo didn't kick in yet. This is still just me being fair skinned. And I would get torched. So I didn't have that. My vitiligo didn't start until I was 31. So I haven't, this is me at 27, 28 or so on this. And it's crazy because Tiger just hit a tee shot from 12 and they had a very similar shot to this. It looks identical. I mean, like it hasn't changed. This is almost 20 years ago.
Describe for the people watching or listening, so you go out there for the first time, and I mean, you're young, but you still have seen this on TV. Just describe like what it was like to see it and smell it in person.
Can I tell the whole story?
Please.
The whole story is the whole story is amazing.
Is there titles involved here?
What?
What are we doing? What are we talking about?
The whole story is amazing.
Okay.
So
go.
So I'll leave off the night before. I'll just talk about the morning after. Andrew, who's in the middle, best man in my wedding.
Okay.
In the middle. We had a crazy night the night before, which I'll leave nameless because it was pretty nuts. But we get up.
Yeah.
And Andrew is sure that we can buy passes for Wednesday for the par 3 outside of Augusta.
Oh, okay.
He's got a guy who has told him where to meet him that we're going to go. Okay. So it's about 7 a.m. at Augusta. We park. We're outside. Now, this is back in the day when we had flip phones. Okay. This is like we had cell phones, but we didn't have cell phones. So we're all hungover like there's no tomorrow.
Oh boy. Okay.
We're just not.
What are you running on, about 5 hours of
sleep? 4 or 5 hours of sleep. Yeah, 4 or 5 hours of sleep.
Sounds about right.
We're just completely hungover, and we're like, we're going to the Masters. We're going to the Masters. The one thing, Andrew Sundberg, who I love like a brother, and he's been with me for years and years, the guy won't get up for many things except for one thing. He will get up for golf, no matter what, when, how. And for the Masters, his eyes blank, fly open. Let's go. Like
Let's
energy. Go. Let's go. So we go outside. Now, remember, this is still a time, and it is this way now. If you sell your passes to the Masters and Augusta finds out, you're dead for life.
Gone.
They pull all of your future passes to Augusta National.
Son of a.
So it's very much on the DL when it comes to selling. This is before digital tickets. This is before transfers and everything else that goes on with the passes now. So I don't know how it is, but back then it was a physical pass to get in. That's what's around our necks.
Yeah,
the physical pass.
Yeah.
So we're outside. The guy that we were supposed to meet doesn't show. He's not there. We're like, oh my gosh, we've driven all of this way. We've come all the way here. We thought we had passes. We don't have passes. How that we got to get in the Masters. So Andrew starts running around, like literally just going and asking for tickets to whatever we can find.
Yeah.
About an hour and a half, him being gone. It's now 8:30 in the morning. We're like, I can't believe we're here. We're not going to go to the Masters. He comes running back in with 3 tickets that he had purchased. He found some little old lady, I guess, who was selling her passes, who was walking out, who decided that she didn't want to go to the par 3. And he stopped her and said, what do I got to give you for those? And I think we gave her $200 a piece, and we gave her $600 to go into the Masters.
Wow.
And that was the par 3. That was watching Arnie, Jack, and Gary Player play in the par 3. Walked it with Tiger, walked it with Phil, walked it with Vijay Singh.
You paid $200 a ticket. You probably, that was like a week's worth of wages, almost.
For
that was
me at the time.
Yeah,
it was. I mean,
you were hustling back then.
In 2006, I was in Omaha, so I was doing well. That was when. I mean, when I was
already. I thought you were still in Alabama.
No, okay. I went to Omaha in 2004. Okay. So I had been in Omaha for a couple of years. So by 2006, that was like my stupid period. Okay. That's when I was spending money doing dumb things. Okay. I drove a sports. I drove a Mazda RX-8 sports car, which is maybe the dumbest car ever to drive.
Yeah.
In Omaha, Nebraska.
Omaha. Yeah.
That was just. I mean, it's a beautiful car. It was so fun. I remember driving past the dealership and seeing it and going, "I got to buy that car." I stopped and went in and bought it. I was like, I have to buy that car, and not thinking. It was a complete impulse buy. It was the stupidest purchase until my mom was like, what did you buy? Like, why would you buy this car? It's a real sports car, and you're in the Midwest. Yeah. It's like, I don't care. If I'm going to live in Omaha, I'm driving the car I want to drive. I was stupid. So that wasn't that bad. I mean, I was pretty flush then with we'd be able to throw that around. So
you 3 of you spent the day there.
Yeah.
Took some pictures. That's
walking around. I still have a really cool, it's in Boston, and I got to get it here. There's 2 things I want to get here. One is the framed picture and dirt from Game 4 of the World Series in Denver, which I made into like a whole frame thing. And then my Augusta trip, I have a flag from Augusta. I've got the tickets from Augusta, pictures from Augusta that I want to bring in and get it to Vegas. It's just hard to send it through mail to get it here. But I have them all, though. I mean, they're all, somebody told me the tickets actually are valuable because you could actually sell the tickets because they're almost 20 years old now. So somebody may want a part of it on that. But yeah, that was my one and only trip to the Masters. It was, I was so hungover. We were drinking so much Gatorade and water, and the prices are still the same, which is probably the coolest thing about Augusta National.
Yep.
The price of the concession stand. So you were with Tom Watson?
Who?
You. Who was this picture with?
That's Mario Lemieux.
Oh, that's Lemieux. I thought it was Tom Watson.
Mario Lemieux. No, the best player to ever put on.
And that's
skates.
Shadow, is that not?
That's
Shadow Ridge, right?
Shadow Creek.
Shadow Creek.
Shadow Creek here in Vegas. That's the Michael Jordan Invitational. 9 years ago today, that came up on my phone, and I was like, "Oh my goodness!" Michael hosted that tournament here. It was 36 holes. A lot of sports celebrities used to come.
Oh yeah.
and
That's funny.
Shadow Creek.
Shadow Ridge is in Omaha. That's historically funny
Right,
considering
yeah.
my brain's on Omaha. Shadow Creek
Your
is here.
brain is
Yes.
in Omaha today.
That's funny.
Get your shit together.
So Shadow Creek is here. I just call it
Shadow
Shadow.
Creek.
I call it both Shadows. That's why I was getting
Yeah.
confused. But Shadow Creek is in Vegas. Shadow Ridge is in Omaha.
That tournament, Shadow Creek is like a great mystery here in Vegas too.
Not
Like,
anymore, but it was.
you can get on it more a little bit
Yeah.
now, but it's
remember
still,
Phil and Tiger played the match there.
Yeah.
So like I've walked that entire course.
I walked it too.
Yeah.
When I went to this, and I kept telling my wife we're going to this, and she's like, "What are we going to the golf tournament for?" I said, "Just want to see the golf course."
Right.
And she's like, "You want to go and see just the golf?" I'm like, "Yes."
What year was this?
9 years ago today.
So then you definitely saw when they had all the exotic animals. You saw all of the cool stuff, right?
All of it.
Yeah, before they pulled them all. Like there's some still there, but you saw it at the heyday for Wynn.
It was incredible. And then like
because Wynn owned it then, right? You had it when before Steve Wynn sold it to MGM. You had it. Yeah, that's when it really when Steve Wynn owned Shadow, that's when all the really cool animals were still running around.
It was very different, but there was gigantic trees. I felt like I got transported back to like North Carolina or something. Plush as could be, big trees. It was awesome. It was just a fun day, and that popped up today. And so we were talking via text and stuff this morning, me, you, and Farra, and I said we got to put up a golf picture of each of us, just because there's so many stories on a golf course. Like, not just watching it. And Masters Week brings all these stories back out. Like, do you remember when we went on this golf trip? Do you remember that day you did this? I played golf with a guy who got his first career hole in one.
Jerk.
He shot 118 that day.
He got a hole in one.
Like, it was incredible. So,
lucky bastard.
You remember these golf stories, they become like fishing stories. And we got a lot of people in the chat that watch our show and that play golf or have gone on golf trips. We were talking about it yesterday. Otto's a tremendous golfer. Like,
really? Because he DM'd me and you on our thread and said, "Wait, BVB golf trip?"
Yeah.
And I said, "I don't know.
Nobody's playing him for money, but he could organize it. Like, this is something that Otto could do between him, Tyler, another shark who's a tremendous golfer. When these guys tell you, they're like, "Yeah, I'm not bad. I'm like a 4 or 6 or what." Oh yeah,
6 is good.
Yeah, no shit. They're very good. They want to play us for money. No, we're not playing for money.
Give me 3 strokes aside. I'll play you. I get 3 strokes aside. I'll go play. Let's go. You give me that. Let's go.
We'll go watch it. We'll watch everybody warm up on the range. I'll make the lines, and then we'll see how many. That'd be great. I'll take Tyler and Otto right now. Like I know
without even seeing them play.
Yeah, well, I just know what they're doing and who they're doing it with. So
I'm not playing poker with Tyler, but I might play golf with Tyler.
Oh God,
I don't know.
This sounds like a very bad idea.
I gotta see.
I'm just saying.
I gotta see. I don't. When I play consistently, when I play a lot, I'm like a 7 or an 8.
Okay.
So
when's the last time you touched the club?
Touched a club about 2 months ago, but like played golf consistently a while.
I know we've been busy doing the show, and you've been busy.
One of the big
shit that you've been going through. I know you ain't been out hitting fucking balls or
that's
putting.
true. Well, no, I went one day. I went one day when it was warm. We had a freak warm day. I grabbed the clubs and went and hit. But I want to play a lot this year. It's one of my real big things. I'm going to play. I'm going to try very hard to play as much as I can this year and get out.
We got my picture up. We got your picture up. We got to get Farra's picture up. Farra plays golf too. Every once in a while,
he's just put a video up. He's got a video of his. Look at that.
Look at that. Boy just stepped up.
It's a BVB hat. I think he's pointing to.
Whack drive right down the fairway, and that's a BVB hat. Yeah. So that's for all the people that watch the show and that
Matt's played golf with me.
Yeah,
he's seen me play golf.
Yeah, he just sent me a text. He said, "Take Tyler." That's what he just.
That's
did.
fine. I mean,
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Ask Matt, was he within 100 yards of me off the tee every time we teed off? The one thing I can do is I can hit a golf ball. So it just depends upon what the course layout is. But I'm 280, 285 consistently off the tee every time.
Yeah.
So you get me into a really long golf course. I play, the longer the course, the better I play.
There you go.
If you put me into a chip and putt competition, it's okay. It just depends
Raider
upon how.
Nation just came in the chat and said, "My brother-in-law is an ex-pro golfer. Can I bring him?" You can bring whoever you'd like if we get this thing organized. You can come and
Yeah, I get 15 strokes aside
from that guy. Oh,
I'm
okay.
kidding, but yeah,
Uh,
I mean, it's, golf, I think, is such a fun sport for the community angle to it.
yeah.
It's just fun to make fun of your friends and fun to tease them and get into it and have some of my most memorable stories, some of my most hysterical moments have happened on golf courses. And, JC from Casey asked me about a certain caddy, and then I showed him a picture of the young lady that I was talking about yesterday
Mhm.
on Twitter. Everybody was like, "Oh," I was like, "I wasn't kidding."
Wait, you got hold on. You got pictures?
Oh yeah, I got pictures. Oh
Oh,
hell yeah, I got pictures. We put it on
oh,
Twitter yesterday. JC from KC asked me about a certain attractive caddy that was caddying the par three and said, "Is this the woman you were talking about?" I said, "No, but this was." And I showed him a picture of what
I
we were
didn't
getting.
see nothing of that
Yeah,
yesterday.
I didn't tag anybody
Oh,
on it. I
oh,
just sent it to JC from KCU. Some people saw it, but
okay.
it was a fun picture. It was a fun day, and but
Gotcha.
some of the more hysterical times. I mean, we often tell stories. Andrew a time or two has tried to take home a golf cart girl.
Uh-huh,
Has just tried
uh-huh.
to, and we've
Believe
had to
that.
be like, "Stop, please leave her
Right,
alone." Had to we tip her heavily because of the
right.
obnoxiousness that he got himself into. So
Yeah.
it's been I don't know. It's just golf is a really fun time. I always
It's a great
appreciate it.
way I mean, you know, I think later in life, like, couples do it
Yeah.
together, but it's usually just the guys, and it's usually the back and forth, and
A woman who can golf and talk trash is like the most fun person to ever bring on a
it's
golf
great.
course. It
It's
is
absolutely
absolutely
great.
the greatest
Yeah,
thing when she can rib you or make fun of you and she can hang. There's nothing better. Really, there's
oh,
absolutely
yeah.
nothing
No,
better. It's so
that's
fun.
that's for sure, and, like, think about there's a lot of guys, that watch the show, listen to the show and stuff, like Timmy Baseball and his dad, Irv G, they played a lot of golf together, and, like, as you get older and you can't play,
Mm,
the stories become better, and at some point, we're gonna go up to, Sacramento area, and we're gonna get Irv G out one more time, at least with Timmy
oh,
and me,
let's
and
do it.
play 9 holes at minimum, Irv. You gotta get your shit together, Irv, and we're gonna play 9 holes.
I'm sure he's
But I
trying.
know his back hurts and his knee is shot and all that other stuff.
Right.
You just go out with the boys, riding a cart.
Just ride around. Right. Just come out and ride. Just be outside.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Hovland is at 7 under. He is through the 14th hole. He is currently rolling at the moment and not running away with it, but the course record
Oh,
is
there's the shot.
63.
I just saw it. Wow, there's a lot going on
63,
there.
right? 63, Greg Norman, first round. Nick Price, 63, third round. We're talking 20 plus years ago
Mm,
for that to happen, but it's in range. I mean, he's got to get up on his giddy up here over 15, 16, 17, 18, but he shoots, if he birdies all of them, he shoots a 60, right? Yeah. So 9 under is the target for the lowest round. He could tie it. He's at 7 at the moment with 4 holes to go. So it's in range, and he has a par 5 coming up. So it's in range for him to get to one of the greatest rounds ever. And this is what has to happen today, because what the commentators were saying today about the course is that they know what's coming.
right.
They know what the weather's going to be like, and they know how the conditions are going to be miserable. So let the guys throw the scores up today and then know that Mother Nature takes care of the rest.
Mm.
So go ahead, shoot a 63 today, you'll shoot a 73 tomorrow. It's going to be a much different golf course. You put any moisture on the course, the balls are not going to roll out. It becomes a very long golf course
Right,
if it's wet,
right.
and very difficult for the guys to play. So John Rahm is at 3 under par currently. So Tiger's at 3 over. Xander Schauffele's at 4 under. Brooks Koepka, who I have a play on, Brooks has come firing out of the gate. He's at 4 under through 8. He's birdied 4 of the first 8 holes. Woo.
Hello.
Yeah, Brooks came out fast. He birdied 2, 3, 7, and 8 coming in. So he's on the course, but he's rocketing up the leaderboard at the moment. Let's see who else is hot.
Is Tiger going to walk limp the rest of his life?
Yes.
No.
Tiger just parred 14. He is 3 over par there. Danny Willett's at 2 over par. We talked about him yesterday. Tom Hoagie, who I have a play on to come in the top 20. He's at +1 right now through 7. Colin Morikawa, who I have coming in the top 10, is currently 1 under through 3. He got off to a decent start. Justin Thomas, 1 under. Patrick Cantlay, 1 under. Freddie Couples, 1 under. Oh, he shot 71. He's done. Freddie, that's not bad. Scotty Scheffler's gone birdie. Woo. Oh, no. Birdie eagle. No, he went par eagle. Woo. Eagle 3 or 2 rather.
2.
Hello.
Otto just came in and said he eagle 2. Yeah.
Hello. All right. That's a way to announce your presence coming off the golf course as the winner on the last time you played it. Going like, hey, yeah. Don't forget about me. He's 26. He looks like he's 50. I love this dude. I'm so in on Scotty Scheffler. I love Scotty Scheffler. I love him. I love his wife. I love his story. I've become such a big fan of his in the last 2 weeks. I liked him last year, but I didn't know enough about him to really, he's just, I did the story about him and tequila and the big wins. He just buys a really expensive bottle of tequila and parties with his friends. I love this guy. Scotty Scheffler. I'm all in, man. Great. I am all in on Scotty Scheffler. I would love to see him go back to back. Yep. He's played, they said this morning on the tee, he's played 3 tournaments this year where he was the defending champ. He's won it and come in 4th the next 2 times.
There you go. So
Scheffler to come in the top 10, not a bad bet. Not a bad bet if you have it, or top 5.
Right.
And we'll see what the course looks like. I mean, I'm very curious to see what the cut line will be starting tomorrow, because it's going to be high, my guess, or low, -3, -4, and then watch it just kind of go down to even par once the water starts falling. The rain.
It's very confusing for a lot of people this week that don't normally either talk golf or play golf or bet golf. When we get, are we getting low or like high? Like what? So when the cut line is
scores are low, normally what you say is the cut line's a low score,
right?
Versus a high score. Friday, I have made this plea to every broadcasting company / internet provider / sportsbook that somebody should do a cut line show on the Friday of majors.
Oh.
And for the last 3 hours, all you do is show guys who are trying to make the cut or trying to avoid missing the cut. And just show their shots. Because if you have a play on a guy to win the tournament, he has to make the cut. So you are invested as to whether or not someone's going to make the cut or not, and what the cut line number is going to be. And then you can follow along. Now you have to have like all these alternative broadcasts. Like ESPN has the rights to the Masters. ESPN should do a Friday cut show for the Masters and just have golf people talk about whether or not they think, and gambling people, whether or not they think they're going to make the cut. Talk about their odds, talk about their schedule, what their number was going into the tournament. I would watch it 100%.
Well, it hasn't been done yet, but
nope.
Listen, people are doing everything nowadays. It might pop up.
The reason why people tell me, I've said this to people in the space, why don't you do this? And they say, because you don't have access to the actual footage. It has to be live.
Right.
So it has to be the rights holder. So I'm like, okay, ESPN, why don't you do it? You're doing everything else.
Right.
I mean, can you imagine McAfee? Put Pat McAfee doing a cut show on Friday. That would be hysterical.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Him doing a Friday golf cut show. Boston Connor, go ahead and talk about you guys make it
the other like infamous quote that you hear today is that you can't win the golf tournament today, but you could lose it.
It's the truth.
Right. The first day, there'll be a lot of people talking about first round leaders. I think that's the story of today as far as the gambling aspect of it. This first round leader.
It's a fun bet. It's a total
fun bet.
It's a total Hail Mary. I mean,
has really
you can handicap it to death. You can go
Yeah.
in depth and model the holy hell out of this.
Yeah.
Best of
And
luck to
then
you.
yeah.
You're hoping. I mean,
Then
to
you
me,
get
golf
that.
betting is such a dart throw. Like there is skill involved, but it's such a dart throw
Yeah.
to get it. It's so difficult to be consistently good in golf. And like I've talked to people who do well in betting golf. It's like they need to go like 4 out of 20. Like they don't care what their record is. It doesn't matter because they're trying
Right.
to hit these 8, 9, 10, 15 to 1 shots.
Oh, yeah. No, that's all it
So
matters.
like how many you hit? Like, oh, what'd you do? I went 4 and 16 in golf. Well, that stinks. No, I won money. How? It's who do you hit? What number
Right.
did you cash?
Right.
So that's the roller coaster ride of golf wagering, which is not for the faint of heart because you can go down, 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 and then bam, you hit the big one and you're right back to where you want to be.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's a very much of a trust your process type of betting when it comes to wagering on golf.
I mean, it's not for everybody, that's for sure.
Not for
But
me. I'm horrible at it.
The Masters is a popular one for a lot of people to just partake in with all the different things. So, I mean,
Yeah.
hopefully
So
everybody's enjoying it and watching
yeah. So
it.
the bets I made last night, I took Brooks Koepka over Hideki Matsuyama at plus 120 for the tournament for 4 rounds. Morikawa to come in the top 10 at plus 215, Finau top 10 at plus 170, and Tom Hoagie to come in top 20 at plus 260. Those are the 4 bets I've made so far. I'll probably make bets on Friday night at the turn going down. That's when I'll take some outrights and take some people who may be, in contention or whatnot to win the tournament. But again, tip of the cap to our friends at Circus Sports because they're the ones that do not do, it says right in the writing of it, ties pay. And as long as you're betting at books where ties pay, you're not going to get the best price. Okay. You might, if you shopped Circa versus an East Coast book, like Morikawa top 10, I had plus 215. He's like plus 300 because they don't pay you plus 300 if he ties for 10th.
Right.
So that's why they give you longer odds, but it's an enticement to bet it, knowing that they're not actually thinking they're going to pay it. It's going to be him plus 2 or 3 other people. And oh yeah, that 3-1 really is plus 150, or sometimes you're laying juice on it, which is nuts. So your bet it was supposed to pay you, $300 is now paying you 80. And you're like, wait, I lost $20? Yeah, you lost $20.
Thanks for playing.
How did I lose money on a winning bet?
Yeah.
It's the only way I've ever seen that. As far as I can tell, it's the only
Horse
way I've
racing
seen.
does that sometimes too.
That's right. Horse racing does do
Horse
that.
racing is,
You lose money on a winning bet.
We're a month away from the Kentucky Derby, by the way.
You ready, horse guy? You ready?
No. Not even close.
Get that try going.
All that pressure, right? I mean, how do you hit a try? You hit the all button on the top and the longest shot comes in. You pick up 7 dimes. That's what I did last year.
It's phenomenal.
And now I got to come up with something else. We're talked to all the horse guys. I've already put the feelers out to have them on the show that week. So we'll get all the exactas and trifectas and the pick 3s and pick 4s. And then we'll maybe we'll come up with a what do the kids call this shit now? A squad ride. We'll have a BVB squad ride.
Oh, we're all gonna ride it together. Okay.
Yeah.
The whole. All right. Yeah. All right. Sure. Whatever. We'll just pick whatever we're gonna bet. Sure. Whatever. Yeah. Whatever we want. Go ahead. I'm in. Let's go. All right. So we'll keep you abreast of what's happening in Augusta. Yep. Obviously, you guys on Sports Grid, it's you guys know what happened already. So we're talking mostly to the live audience here.
Right.
Huge monster day in the NHL. There are 14 games in the NHL today.
I know.
14. The grand salami is 90 and a half.
Yeah. Jesus. So 14 games divided by, what does that come
90
to?
90 and a half or 91?
90 divided by 14 is what?
I need a calculator for me to be able to do that.
You can't do that.
No, I cannot. On the fly, no, it's a bad idea. Ask me to do that. Bad idea.
90 divided by 90 and a half is the number?
90 and a half. Yeah, it's 6.5.
90 and a half divided by.
It's 6.5.
Okay.
Every game, 6.5. So basically, they just took 6.5 and they just times it by 14.
There you go.
There's your number for today. We're going under or over 90 and a half goals today. Grand salami.
All right. This is a good exercise. For those of you in the chat right now, put over or under 90.5 goals. Me and
14.
you, Perrault, we're going to do it this way.
We're going to
All
go
right?
through each game? Okay.
I'm just going to say the game.
Yeah.
You say first thought, over or under, and we'll count the overs.
Okay.
Ottawa, Florida, 7.
Over.
Columbus, New Jersey, 7.
Under.
Oh, all right, I disagree.
Okay.
Washington, Montreal,
Over.
6.5.
Over.
2 overs. Could be 3. Toronto, Boston, 6.
Under.
That's an under.
I bet it.
Minnesota, Pittsburgh,
Under.
6.
Under.
Under.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I like that over. Okay. So
The only way it goes over is if Pittsburgh just gives up 4 goals. And it could happen.
That's
But
probably what's going to happen.
If
Okay.
Pittsburgh, I don't think Pittsburgh wants to. I don't think Minnesota wants to get in a shootout with Pittsburgh. They don't have the firepower to keep pace.
Buffalo, Detroit, 6.
Over. It's Buffalo.
Why is this not 6.5? What
Great. I don't know. It's a great question.
My boys missed with that one. Oh no, that's 6.5.
Okay.
Yeah, I was looking at the wrong
Everywhere.
game. That's 6.5. Okay, that's
Yeah,
6.5. Very good. That's over.
Yeah.
Tampa and the Islanders, 5.5, sir.
Really hard. Really, really hard.
What's hard
game.
about this? This is an under.
Okay, because Tampa can light up anybody if they're rolling.
Yeah, that's an under.
Yeah.
Rangers St. Louis, we
Should be 7.
have 6.5 with over juiced.
Should be 7. It's over. Rangers are the highest scoring team in the second half of the year in the NHL.
Over. Carolina, Nashville, 5.5. Painted 5.5.
Under.
Carolina, Nashville, got to be under. Philadelphia, Dallas, 6.
Tough. Over, but it's tough.
That's 5 overs, 6 overs almost. Chicago, Vancouver, 6.5.
Over.
That's over. Kings and Golden Knights here in
Who
Vegas
is in net?
tonight.
This is the game we're going to talk about in Bet It or Book It. That I am in chat. Do me a favor when the Vegas Golden Knights tell us who is in net. This matters a ton. If it's Brossoit in net, I like the under in Vegas to win. If it's Quick, I like the over.
Why would didn't Quick play the last game?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's got to be Brossoit. No.
Why? No. It could be
I
Quick.
don't know.
Quick is the projected goaltender tonight.
Okay.
This is a massive game. We'll talk about it in a little bit.
Yeah.
But Kings Vegas is Bruins and the Maple Leafs, Kings and the Knights. 2 best games of the night in the NHL. Phenomenal playoff version hockey tonight.
Yes. Arizona, Seattle, 6.5.
Tough.
Under.
Yeah, probably under.
Although
tough game to say, but probably under.
Yeah. In Colorado, San Jose. Again?
Over. Yeah, again. Yep.
Again?
Again.
Over.
Uh-huh.
All right, so the 14 games, we said over 7.
Is it Brossoit?
Times.
Otto? Otto says, is that confirmed, Otto? That it's Brossoit? It's important. I got to bet it if it's true because I don't want the number to move.
It should be.
And starters crease at morning skate. Okay, so it looks like it's going to be him.
There you go.
Okay.
That's who it should be. That's what
I got to go.
I think it would be. So there you go. And everybody in the chat, let's see. We had under 1 over Whitrock, under Ove, GC Syrup, under PB, Konowinski, Friday night, always over. But Konowinski, it's Thursday, not Friday. What the hell are you talking about? Stay with us here, Konowinski. What the hell? You're the man. Perry Udaka says over. And Call Me Jared says over. There's a lot of unders, boys. I'm leaning over. Yeah, I got a text yesterday from a guy who's in the business.
Uh-huh.
He said, is there somebody giving out all the overs or something right now with what's going on in the NHL? I said, what are you talking about? He said, one of these customers is killing me. And I said, do you understand? All the games are going over and the books aren't making the game 7.
Yep.
I said, are you using 7? And he's like, I said, go back and look, see the last couple of days. Some guy's hitting them up for 6-teamers, just must be burying them. And I go, 6-teamers? You're worried about guys hitting 6-teamers right now on hockey overs? Change the totals. Use 7s. Maybe he'll stop betting them, or maybe you'll push a couple to legs. Over 6.5 right now, they've been easy, haven't they?
They have been easy. Depends on the team, but they have been relatively easy. Yeah.
Man.
Otto, I hope you're right. I just made that bet based on you. So if you're wrong, I'm going to be very upset up with you.
Oh, don't put that shit on Otto. He's got
I
shit to
asked him.
do.
I asked him. I asked the chat, and everyone's telling me it's Brossois and net. If it's not Brossois and net, I'm going to be pissed. There's FYI.
Oh man.
So that's I'm going to be not happy with that. That bet hinges on, because it's quick in net. I like the over in the game.
Matthew, nobody knows shit. Relax.
What do you mean nobody knows shit? No one knows. People know if something's going to play or not. I'm on the show. I'm relying on them to tell us the truth. And it's saying morning skate Brossois was in net.
Right.
Okay,
That's what's supposed to play.
so it should be Brossois. I hope it is.
You
It's a
can
playoff
walk to the morning skate if you want to go see
game. I could.
it.
That's true. I could. You're very right.
Goodness
Very close
gracious.
to my house. I've never actually gone to it. I should. I've never gone.
You've never gone to practice?
I've been to
Oh,
practice.
it's so much fun.
I've never been in the morning skate. I've gone to practice there.
Yeah.
In the inaugural year, I went when everybody was crazy. I went, but I haven't gone back since. But playoff morning skate's fun.
Oh, it's the best.
Yeah,
It's
playoff
the
morning
best.
skate's really
Yeah.
neat. And I'll say this: like, I don't know how other teams do it, but like Vegas, they do such a great job with the kids. They really want to make it like they sell the team to the kids.
Well, that's
They're smart,
that's just hockey players in general. I mean, they just
right?
go along with the flow and just kind of make it normal. And 2, that might be the only time that those kids or families can get even this close to the game.
Right.
Because sometimes it's so expensive to go. You take the kids to practice
Yeah.
and you get to experience, not an actual game and all the production, but you get to see these people and meet them and whatever. It's fun as hell.
I laugh because whenever you see a goaltender with their gear on and then a goaltender without their gear on, the size difference is stupid.
Different person.
It's like, wait, you're the goalie? Like you weigh 110 pounds. How are you
Yeah.
the goallie? I
Yeah,
love it. Kids are
completely
always
different.
like, wait, what? The
Yeah.
kids can't figure it out. They're like, yeah, that's how much padding he's wearing. He's got to
Oh.
protect himself.
The kids used to come to my games and just seeing me with the helmet and all the gear on
Yeah.
was like, they used to just come and like kick the shin guards and like touch the pants and all of like,
Right.
what are you wearing, Daddy? This is just so I don't come home with bruises. That's
Yeah,
all.
come home with broken bones.
Right.
Things are on there. But
Make sure.
yeah, so it's because Rastusha Rink is where the Boston Bruins practiced for a long time. And the Rastusha family, I went to high school.
What's
with
the word? Rastusha?
Rastusha, yeah.
Okay.
Family name. So the
Oh,
Rastushas
okay. All right.
in my hometown, the Rastushas and the Ramas, big money family. I went to high school with one of the Rastushas. And so like I only went to practice. It was in Billerica. It was always like a 20-minute drive where the Bruins practiced from where
That's
I was.
the name of a city, Billerica?
Billerica, yeah.
Billerica.
Billerica, the B.
Billerica.
Billerica.
Villerica.
What? Bill.
What are you
B.
saying?
Billerica. Billerica. Billerica.
Billerica, Massachusetts.
Yes. Billerica,
awesome.
Massachusetts. There's
People make fun
Methuen.
of the states or the cities and towns in Pennsylvania.
No.
Billerica?
We take it. Methuen, Tewksbury. I mean, look at the way these words are spelled.
Methuen?
How do you think
Just don't
Methuen
even
is
use
spelled?
vowels.
How do you think Methuen is spelled?
Methuen?
Methuen is spelled Methuen.
Methuen. Okay.
Tewksbury is spelled Tewsbury.
That's like Bob Tewksbury?
Yes.
Bob Tewksbury was a pitcher in the major leagues.
Tewksbury is spelled, yes.
Tewksbury, Massachusetts?
Correct. Haverhill, which is spelled Haverhill. It's supposed to be Haverhill, but it's Haverhill.
That's how it's pronounced when it's spelled like that?
Just I'm from the Merrimack Valley, which there's just a lot of really quirky, weird names where I'm from.
Oh, yeah. We should do segments when it really slows down in the summer and just pick towns in Massachusetts and Pennsylvania and compare them.
There's so many bad ones. Yes, Pennsylvania. I remember when I drove to Hershey, there's a lot of them that I was like, what is the name of that town?
Yeah, they're not pronounced the way they sound, but like
Right.
there's a lot of burgs and stuff in Pennsylvania, like
Yeah.
Phillipsburg, like everything had a burg at the end.
There's a
There's
reason
some
for that.
crazy ones like
Wait,
Pymatuming.
somebody told me why
all this
that
other
is.
stuff.
There's a reason why everything was called a burg.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's because the people who settled in Pennsylvania, like the Dutch and the people
Yeah.
who came over,
Pennsylvania Dutch, yeah.
like that's where they all had the burgs to make it easier to differentiate between the towns.
Oh, okay,
I
yeah.
think that I can't remember. I remember hearing that on a tour on the Hershey tour. They told all of us about that as to why everything was named. Because somebody asked, like, why is everything a burg?
I'm
You're
just
like, well,
thinking of all the names in my head, like there was a Greensburg, Sharpsburg, Phillipsburg, like
yeah,
it was just all like just I could probably go around
because there's
right now.
towns that there's some states have vills, like everything's a
A lot
vill.
of vills. There's some vills there. Yeah, Monroe.
So like
There's a lot of vills.
that
Yeah.
part, those people from the part of Europe that settled, they called everything a vill. Some people called everything a burg. Like it's just Massachusetts had a lot of like New something, like New Haven, Connecticut, New Bedford, like where they came from. They just called it the New England.
Oh, very original.
So,
Very
right,
original.
yeah,
Yeah.
so you just come over and take
Yeah.
whatever town you were from over there and just say, well, okay, we are the New Haven and we're the New Bedford and New York, New England.
Right.
That's how we got our
Wow.
names.
Think
Yeah.
about that. There's probably
So
a lot of those.
there's tons. I mean,
What's old is new, and what's new is named that in New England area. Right.
yeah,
now.
that's why I love coming out west because the names are so different. Like it's just how they came up.
Oh, he's frozen. He froze. Look at that face. Oh, gosh. He's back. Snap your fingers. Uh-oh.
I don't know. I don't have
Close your
ESPN open.
ESPN.
I don't have ESPN open. It's
You
not
have
open.
something playing video.
I do not. I swear it's why I don't have any
Alright.
playing video. I promise you
Alright.
on that point that's I'm not doing that. So
over for the salami. Now we're going to talk about the playoff picture now.
well, yeah. So let's just take a look at it quickly for the East and the West because I saw this on BetMGM this morning. I think it's really interesting. So
Look at this.
take a look at these matchups.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is as of today. What would happen today?
Okay.
So Devils, Rangers, Maple Leafs, Lightning is unbelievable for a first round matchup. Unbelievable.
Those are just absolute war
Wars.
matches.
It's war.
Like those are
war. Yes,
those are
wars.
supposed to decide to go to the Eastern Conference Finals, not to just get past the first round.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Those two jump off the page immediately when you see the Eastern Conference. What do you make of Panthers Hurricanes, however?
That's a battle too.
Well, isn't that just two very contrasting styles
Yes.
playing each other? And
Yeah.
generally speaking, doesn't defense win over the other team that's playing mostly an offensive game?
Yes.
So I would lean Hurricanes on that.
Oh, I would absolutely play Hurricanes in that.
Yeah, I think the Hurricanes come out of there. But Maple Leafs Lightning in that 2 versus 3 matchup, Devils versus Rangers in the 2 versus 3 matchup. I mean, Eastern Conference
bullshit
playoffs
right now on that
What?
whole list. There's no Penguins.
because they're not making the playoffs.
Yeah. That was a
They
bad
better win tonight.
Oh,
They got a big one tonight. Their backs are against the wall tonight for
Can you
sure.
imagine if Fleury goes and wins? Like if it's Fleury tonight in Minnesota and he's the one to put the Penguins out of the playoffs to end the playoff run and all this
Oh,
other
that's
stuff.
a great point. Oh, the symmetry
my
is beautiful.
gosh.
Oh my gosh. That's a poem. That's a novel. That's a movie.
That's a Greek tragedy. What the
It's-
fuck are you talking about? That's not nothing poetic about any of that shit.
It's phenomenal. You kicked him out and he's kicking you out. It's great. You don't want me. That's fine.
Man.
You make me available in the expansion draft. I'd come back and haunt
He
you.
agreed to that. He
I
agreed
lo-
to that.
I
He
love
came
that.
to Vegas and helped them.
So let's flip to the West now. And this is totally, completely going to change. The West is a mess. Okay. This is
Our
just
friend
today.
Otto's going to the game tonight. He's going to be at the
Wow.
Penguin game.
That's awesome. Great game to be at.
Can't wait to go hang out with Otto
So,
some more. Man,
Just FYI, this is completely going to change. This is just for today because there are 3 teams with 98 points that are completely all tied that all could be this is a mix-up as to who goes with what.
good switch on the graphic, Farra.
But right now,
Point today.
Golden Knights against the Jets. I know you don't like the Jets. I would be
Wait a
worried about the
second.
Knights getting knocked out.
Wait a second. The Golden Knights are the number 1 seed
In
in
the Pacific.
all of the
No.
West?
No, just 1 seed because they play a wild card team.
Oh.
Because they're the top of the Pacific, top of the Central. They both play a wild card team.
Okay.
So right now the Stars
Well,
have
who has the most
tiebreaker.
points in the Stars have the most points in the
No,
West?
Knights do.
The Knights have the most points in the Western Conference right now.
Correct.
They would have home ice throughout.
Yes.
Wow. How is that even possible?
What do you mean?
Like, it doesn't feel like that we live in a city with the number 1 team in the Western Conference right now.
They have 104 points. They have more points than the Maple Leafs do.
The Maple Leafs are in the Eastern Conference.
I know. I'm just saying, like, we talk about how good the Maple Leafs are, what they have done. They're number 4. Hurricanes have 109. Devils have 106. Knights have 104.
Right.
They have 6 more points than the Avalanche, Stars, and Wild, who all have 98 points in the Central.
So the Knights are going to, barring a complete don't win another game, they're going to get the number 1 seed in the West?
No, Edmonton's got 103 points, and the Kings have 100. No.
Wow.
Tonight's huge. Tonight's against the Oilers. I guess. Sorry, yeah, against the
Kings.
Kings tonight. It's monster. Kings need to win it.
Massive game.
It's a massive game. It's an absolute massive game. It's a playoff game.
Wow. I don't know. I think the Knights would smoke the Jets.
I hope so. I don't know.
I think they would smoke the Jets.
They are right now 89 points. Winnipeg and Calgary are tied with 89 points. Winnipeg has the tiebreak.
I think if I'm the Knights, I don't want to play Calgary.
Ooh.
That's the team that could take us out.
Possibly.
First round exit. Bye-bye.
Yep. They're playing well, 6-3-1 over the last 10 games. Markstrom's played much better in net recently. That was a nice win last night for them. Bounce back spot we talked about on the show.
Yeah.
A little plus money cash.
That was good. Last night was good. There was a lot of things that we talked about that just kind of held true to fruition.
Yep.
Rainmaker 512 just came in and said, even if they lose tonight, the Penguins have Chicago, Columbus, Detroit.
Correct.
They got to win all 3 of those games.
Correct. No? I mean, yeah. I mean,
they're getting in.
They're
not getting, but they're going to play the Bruins.
They have 86 points. They are 1 point behind the Panthers and the Islanders.
Whoa.
Okay, they're right there. We have 3 teams for 2 spots. Sabres, Senators, and Red Wings are not mathematically eliminated, but they're going to be. They're pretty much out. So you've got 3 teams for 2 spots: Penguins, Panthers, Islanders.
I would love if the Panthers and the Bruins played in the first round, then I could completely get on board and root. I don't know why I don't like the Panthers that much, but the Bruins would wipe the ice.
Yeah, smack them. That would be great. It'd be a great
we
first
root
round.
For that. I could root for that.
It'd be an easy run. Yeah, that's a great opponent for the Bruins.
Might have to bet that too.
But the Bruins would play the number 2 wildcard team, not the number 1 wildcard team.
I know. That's what I'm hoping that the Islanders and the Penguins can jump them and then make them. That'd be great.
Yeah, so you want the Islanders to miss the playoffs is what you want.
Yeah, I mean,
to get that matchup, to get Bruins, because if your Penguins are the 2 wild card spot, they're playing the Bruins.
I don't want that.
You don't want that.
I don't want that. I don't.
I want that for the content of the show. I want that. It's phenomenal content. Imagine you win. Content, imagine if the Penguins are the ones that knock the Bruins out. Imagine that. You could take a victory lap for days.
Days. The whole fucking year. Are you nuts?
Yeah, it'd be amazing.
Are you nuts?
You'd be right. You'd be right to do it. Yep. You'd be right to do it. You'd be right to do it. If the Penguins knocked out the Bruins, you'd be right to do it.
People be coming for days at you, the show.
It's fine. Bring it on. It's great. The Bruins need 2 wins to set the record, 3 wins to break the record. And we'll talk about the game. I mean, this game tonight is just so fun. Bruins, Maple Leafs tonight. This game is awesome.
We're here, baby. It took us a while to get here. but we're getting into the meaningful hockey, and then we're going to have playoffs here very soon. Same with the basketball. We're getting we got through all the slog and all the
Yeah.
shit and everything
Right.
else, and we're getting meaningful, fun. I think I'm not saying beatable, but like when you know you're getting the efforts, like this is I love betting the playoffs. I love all the different opportunities. It's hard to muster it up sometimes in February,
Right.
a
True.
midweek game.
Yep.
Now we can watch any game. We get Bruins Maple Leafs.
7:00
6
Eastern.
is the total.
Yep.
Under?
Yep.
Gotta be under.
I bet it last night. 3-2 final.
Might push.
Could 4-2 final. Open net.
Hard to see it going over. I can tell you that.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, if you want, this is what it was a huge debate with me last night.
Hold on.
What?
PB just came in with a zinger. If the Penguins and Bruins play, we change the name of the show to the Pittsburghian versus the book.
I'm the book, though. I don't think any book guy wants me to be the book.
Yeah, I don't know how we do that. That's a good idea, though, PB.
I don't think anybody wants me to be called the book anytime soon.
Well, some people might actually.
The
sending in bots for us, everybody.
Right.
Oh God.
The really interesting thing with this game, and I thought about last night, if you wanted to lay 140, you could have bet under 6.5 last night at FanDuel.
I mean, I guess it's a different approach, and you know, I don't understand all the models. I don't really. I mean, I drive by a Hobby
You can
Lobby
still
all the
bet it
time.
at -132. You can still bet the under 6.5 right now at FanDuel.
So
At -130, no one on the planet. Like you go across the board. I was doing this last night, across the board, and I mean Vegas, East Coast, onshore, offshore, 6. Everyone, FanDuel 6.5, and I was like, man, it's down to 130. I may have laid it last night at Boyd/FanDuel here because it would have been, but at 145, I couldn't justify it. I couldn't stomach it. I was like, I can't do it.
It's like I said, there's different models now. There's different schools of thought. I'm good with being off market. You don't have to copy everybody's number or be the same. I don't know sometimes with whether you encourage action or discourage action in those situations. That's very expensive. And again, the Hobby Lobby is a great place. You can get all kinds of things there and stuff. I don't know what models work and what don't. I really don't. I mean, I really don't. So you can see that stuff. I like the under. If I'm in a room and me and you were in the room at our joint, I might give somebody 5.5 over -1/4 in that situation. That number telling me they might like the over.
Right. Which I'm like, and the reason they might is because the last 2 games have gone over.
Okay.
4-3 and 5-2. Bruins have won all the last 2 games. The Bruins lost 2-1 to the Maple Leafs in the first matchup. And the reason why I like the under is because I don't think the Maple Leafs want to get into a scoring fest with the Bruins. They know they've got somewhat suspect goaltending. So I think they're going to try to stay out of the box. And I think they're going to try to play, take their shots, but not go and play wide open on the road. And Swayman is supposed to be in net, and Swayman has a 1.87 goals against average at home.
The goalie speculation is great, isn't it?
It's right now. This is normally during the year. I talked about this a lot on the Juice. I didn't look at it all that often. I was okay with being wrong, but right now I'm not okay with being wrong. Right now, I got to know. Right now, you have to know who's in net because it changes the entire handicap right now.
Will it change next year for you to be okay to be wrong? Or is
yes,
or
in the regular season,
important?
no, because the regular season, it's more how the team plays to me versus how the goaltenders are playing. Because in playoff hockey,
not all the time. Like there's some teams that the goalie really does matter. No, he's frozen again. Look at him. Look at that face. Deep in thought.
And again, ESPN's open. But the Bruins have like 2 goaltenders I was cool with.
Yeah, that's fine. The Bruins are different.
The Wild have 2 goaltenders I don't care about. I'm cool with either one.
That's another good
Okay.
example. Yeah, there's probably 5 or 6 that you don't
There were
care
teams
about.
I'm okay with either or. There were certain teams like Bobrovsky versus the backup or Elliott versus Vasilevsky. Okay. Those are very, I would look at that and go, all right, if Elliott's in net for the Lightning, it's an overplay. It's Vasilevsky who all of a sudden is giving up goals like crazy, including 6 last night to the Rangers. Whoa, not good for the Lightning heading towards the playoffs to have him not playing well. But that certain teams, yes, but generally speaking, I'm not all that concerned in particular because I was playing in the beginning part of the year. I was playing a lot of Otto's numbers, jumping in on first period or gifts or whatnot. And it doesn't really matter because the goaltenders were giving up goals, you 1 goal quick. And then that's all you got off some goaltenders the rest of the game.
Damn, Wilson Thomas just came in the chat. He's on the job. He said our volume is low. Because his job is so loud. I apologize, Wilson. Thank you for coming in and
his job is loud or our show is low.
No. He said he just can't hear because my job is so loud. The volume is so low on the show. I don't know how to fix that other than you crank up the volume on the show. Does anyone else have a problem hearing us? If you do, put it in the chat. But Mark Hicks just came in and said, along with Butta Hall and some other people, that the Penguins are going to lose their game to the Red Wings and not make the playoffs. 2 of 3. That stinks. This game tonight, man, under. I'm good with under 6.5. Not at too expensive of a price, but I think that best the game finishes 4-2.
I think it's very possible. But I was like, man, 5-2. I was like, I don't know. I know Samsonov's been kind of shaky in net for Toronto recently, but
does Toronto have a chance of winning the game, Perrault?
Yes.
Because it's the regular season?
Yeah, because the Bruins just right now.
You guys are going for the record. You think
they are, but
fucking let the Maple Leafs win tonight?
The Bruins lost to the Predators at home 2-1. That's what I mean. If they lose 2-1, that's why I bet the under. So I was like, okay, the Bruins at home have not been scoring all that much. Bruins are I mean, I just think at home they're playing like they're just waiting for the playoffs right now. And they're winning games just because they're deep. They have 4 lines. They're playing hard, but they're not like doing anything crazy. They know, Bergeron's not playing every game, and they're going to rest different people as they get towards the playoffs. They want the record, but they're not going to sacrifice a cup run for it. They need 3 wins. They got 3 winnable games. At the end of the year, their last 3 games are extremely winnable. It's it's Washington, Montreal, and Philadelphia, I believe. Win those 3 games, you have the record. This game tonight against Toronto, and then they play 2 days from now. I think they play the Islanders. They play somebody tough.
I feel like we've gone over the schedule like 100
we
times.
Have.
How do we not know it? Like,
well, I know the last. The last 3 I just told you. Yeah, they play the Devils on Saturday. So they play Devils. It's tonight against the Maple Leafs. Devils on Saturday at home, at the Flyers, home for the Capitals, at Montreal.
I'd rather just win these 2 games at home and not even go on that trip.
Well, then you tie the record. You got to win one of them to set the record.
Right.
But you go to Philly, come back at home against Washington. If you win the home games, Toronto, New Jersey, Washington, you set the record.
Done.
If you beat the bad teams in the Flyers, Capitals, and Canadians, you set the record.
You set the record, right.
So, there's a million ways for them to get to the record without having to go crazy tonight. They can lose this game tonight. It means more to the Maple Leafs than does the Bruins.
Quick update. Tiger Woods back-to-back birdies.
Nice.
So.
Okay. 1 over? All right.
Yeah.
If he could shoot even par today, he's in play to make the weekend. He's got to get to even par.
Such a unique thing because it's not that big. It's not the normal field.
Right.
So the cut is different. Yeah, it's a smaller.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
60, right? Top 60 plus ties make it to the weekend in the Masters.
I believe that's
the top 70.
Yes. Yeah.
Is it a top 70? So, it's a difficult deal. All right. Penguins in the Wild tonight.
You got the narrative, sir.
Yep. Is Mark Andre Fleury in net for sure?
Yeah.
For the Wild? It's not Gustafsson. It's Fleury.
Anything that I've seen is Fleury, but
the Wild have to win this game. This is a must win game for the Wild.
It's a must-win for both, is it not?
Correct.
It's a playoff game.
That's what I mean. I would play Gustafson.
But I like over.
Oh no. Oh boy. If
I
it's
don't
Fleury I like over. Sure.
Right.
I'll give you that, but I don't know with Gustafson that would concern me.
I mean, there's so many good games tonight. Chef Benny just came in the chat, and who's a dear friend of the show. And, you know, we both got to spend time with last time he was here in Vegas.
Yeah.
He's talking about the Frozen Four games tonight. This Quinnipiac said they're going to be.
That's fine.
They're plus.
No one cares about Quinnipiac. Benny, no one knows where Quinnipiac is. Okay, I know you're from Rhode Island. I know you care. No one knows where Quinnipiac is. No one does. Do you know where Quinnipiac is? What town is Quinnipiac in, Dave?
It's a town.
What city?
Isn't it in? Is it not named Quinnipiac?
No, it's in Providence.
It's in Providence, Rhode Island,
or is it in Connecticut? Hold on, where's Quinnipiac? I don't even know.
You cannot besmirch Quinnipiac if you don't even know where it's at.
It's in Hamden, Connecticut. No one knows where it is. Hamden, Connecticut.
I didn't know.
No one knows where Quinnipiac is. No one cares where Quinnipiac is.
Oh God.
So it's great. It's a private university with like 10 kids that go there. It's a tiny school.
Oh God. They could win.
It's the truth. Let's see how many kids go to Quinnipiac. Quinnipiac has a grand total of 9,000 students, 6,000 undergrads.
I thought the Chef B went to Penn State. He told me he went to Penn State. His
Chef Benny went to Penn State? No, he did not. I thought he went to URI. No?
I guess he went to Quinnipiac. He said
he
that's
did
his
go.
alma mater.
Okay.
He told me he was a Penn State guy.
Nope.
I fell for it hook, line, and sinker. We are Penn State. He knew the cheers.
Well, that's not, not hard to know that.
Shit.
The Wild.
Gonna kill you, man.
I mean, I can't wait. This game, I'm psyched for so many games tonight. This game I'm psyched for because Pittsburgh, 1 point behind. You've got the Wild, who are tied with 98 points with Colorado, Dallas, and Minnesota, who've all clinched a playoff spot, but who they're playing. Think about it. You can play a wild card team or you can play the defending champs. Like, that's a really big difference in terms of who you're going to wind up playing.
Yeah.
It's like the playoffs have begun now for teams in the Western Conference, and teams are at the top of the Western Conference right now. The playoffs have begun.
Yes.
Like, it is right now. It is go time.
Yes.
And so if I'm a Penguin fan, I'm like, damn it, I'm getting full board, the full Wild effort tonight.
Right.
Which is not great.
It sounds like to me you like the Wild.
If it's Gustafson, I would like the Wild more. If it's Marc-Andre Fleury, I think the Penguins have a shot. So if it's Fleury, I think Penguins are live.
I feel like I'm really down on my team.
I mean, you think Crosby's going to want to get beat by the dude he played with for all those years? I mean, they're going to be
but
they're going to be
there's
ramped
only so
up.
much you can do. Like, I don't know. Just the Penguins against the Devils that didn't look. I was so bummed out after that game. I'm like, it's over,
right?
And what happened between now and then that's making me change my mind? Nothing. Like,
yeah,
I like the Wild to skate, score, but maybe Otto will and the rest of the fans at home will be enough for them to win. I'm surprised the line is so. Oh wow, hit refresh, Dave. Minus 125.
Went down fast. Wow.
It's only one place that's minus 130 still. Wow. I don't know. I'm just reading the board. It's just got to be a Wild.
Yeah.
Wild.
Islanders Lightning tonight. Total is 5.5. Don't see many of these anymore.
Under.
Great. It's going to be tight. It's going to be tough, but yeah.
Under.
It's going to be a tight one.
Kind of ugly game.
It needs to be for the Islanders' sake.
I mean, what are the Lightning playing for?
A lot.
What? Their matchup set.
Well, I guess with Toronto, I guess that's what it is set. No, I guess not playing. That's probably why it's 5.5.
Yeah, that's why.
I mean, they didn't look interested yet last night against the Rangers. They looked bored. Man. Rangers scored 6 on them. Nationally televised game, lost 6-3. That's what scares me about the total.
Oh.
They just don't care. Like, they gave up 6 goals last night, gave up 5 goals tonight. It's 5-1 final. Game goes over.
We got some other Penn State guys. Bartholomew, Scott
Hi.
Bartholomew. Hello, sir.
Hi.
Wants some spread the love with the BVB love with the Penn State crew, please. Gotta work on getting back there for a game, Perrault. I think we could really either move some merch, sell some hats, or do a show.
Ooh, let's do it.
Perry Dawkins says he likes Pittsburgh. What do you guys think in the chat? This will be a good test here. Over or under in this game? Because you're right about the psychology of it.
Mhm.
Tampa could be, game could go over. The Islanders are so blah.
Fair.
Nothing personal.
I agree.
Islander people,
But
fans, Carver.
nothing.
all
I mean,
whoever's
they're
watching.
young. I mean, they are young, and
Yeah.
I think they're formidable. I think that they'll be a tough out in the playoffs. But
Oh, they'll be a tough out. I mean, the games will be boring and ugly, but good playoff games. But what do people watching the show right now think? Over or under tonight in Tampa and the Islanders?
who said that? Who's TRPU up with me? He said Matt needs to get upset. We keep adding subs when Matt gets upset.
When he gets mad? Yeah, we do.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, when you bury a different
Yeah.
city or
People
state
get
or
mad.
something.
Oh,
Yeah.
Elliott's in net. Oh, forget it. Otto said Elliott's in net.
What?
Islanders in the over. They're punting the game. Take the Islanders in the over. Elliott's in net. Yeah. Over.
Oh.
Yeah. Over 5.5. If it's still 5.5, that's a
over,
mistake.
Over.
Jump on-
Elliott in net. Over.
Jump on that right now. If you guys want to bet a play here for this game, over 5.5 right now.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
3-1-3 in the last 7 meetings in New York. Iran Sean, put Elliott in net and tell me what that number is.
Oh boy.
That's Vasilevsky in net. That's not Elliott being in net. That's a big difference. All right. Finally, Vegas, small favorite tonight against the Kings.
We got ourselves a hockey game tonight, son.
This is awesome.
Might be having to this is gonna be the hot ticket. We can't get a ticket tonight.
I don't know. I may peruse right before dropping in the puck and see how cheap I can get myself into the ticket with one ticket. Let's go. Just to go watch it.
It should be close. I mean, this will be playoff intensity, playoff atmosphere.
This is an awesome game.
Like, I don't have enough shit to do right now with everything else. I'm going to try to get tickets to this game, and these kids are going to be like, "What are you doing, Daddy? Why did you not get tickets?" Knights win, no?
I bet it. Yeah.
Knights win this game.
Brossois, Knights. I like the Knights. Yes.
Let's over under.
With Brossois under. But it's tight.
Goodness gracious. Well, this will swing the standings so much if the Kings win.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It puts everything in play. I mean, the Knights really need to win to keep this margin.
Yeah, stay up. We got
puck line. Whitright likes the puck line. How about that?
Knights puck line.
Knights haven't won on the puck line. They're 1-2 this year to the Kings.
Yeah, this is a tough game, man. It's tough. It's tough.
If you follow that type of stuff, but
Yeah.
I don't think either team has won on the puck line yet against each other. 4-3, 4-2, 5-1. Okay, the Kings have won 2 times on the puck line. Okay, so Knights could return the favor here and win on the puck line tonight. That's possible.
Let's run these NBA quick.
Let's skip the NBA. Let's go to baseball.
Oh,
there's nothing fun in the NBA tonight worth talking about. It's a
the Lakers losing 11 in a row to the Clippers is not fun. That's
okay. So then we talked about it. There we go. We mentioned it. So we can skip. That's about the entire.
The steam all came on them Lakers, though.
Yeah, it did.
Everybody bet them because LeBron was playing, AD was playing. They didn't quite get there, boys and girls.
We'll mention this real fast. There are 2 teams with 38 losses not in the play-in. 2 teams with 39 losses in the play-in. Lakers and the Pelicans are in. Clippers and Warriors are out.
Clippers and Warriors are 5 and 6.
They're out of the play.
They don't have to play in the play-in.
Right, as of right now, they're 1 loss
the
away.
Lakers could lose to the Pelicans in the play-in game.
Yep, and be done.
Oh my goodness.
Well, I guess they have to lose again. They have to lose twice, but yeah.
Right. Oh, man.
Watch that. Okay. Just the last 3 games this weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, NBA games are going to be crazy. Lakers have 3 games left.
There's never anything fun to talk about in the NBA. That's what the Atom just came.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I like NBA playoff basketball, but we're in a real tough spot.
Right.
All right, before we get rid of sports grid, we have to mention
Gotta
this
do
kid
this.
from the Brewers.
Yeah.
Because this story is
Don't forget, we
unbelievable.
started at 10:45. We're good.
Okay, so we're, well, I mean, I want to get some. We still have all the baseball games, and we've got a couple of really good stories left.
Keep it moving. You're doing good. This is fine. Go.
A Brewers rookie.
This is why I'm wearing the Brewers stuff. This story, right?
He had a walk-off hit last night.
Bam! Win the game.
Okay? Wins the game. Garrett Mitchell.
Yep.
First career walk-off home run against the Mets.
Yes.
While he's doing the post-game in-stadium interview.
Yes.
Talking to the sideline reporter. It's being broadcasted in the park.
Yes.
Everyone is listening to this young man speak.
Yes. Everyone in the park and everyone at home watching it on Bally's or whatever. Yeah, the team broadcast. Yes.
And Garrett Mitchell decides to say, when my wife doesn't show up to the games, usually something good happens. She's not here, so might as well do something fun. To which Haley Mitchell, the wife, tweets at Bally Sports Wisconsin, "You won't say it to my face, though." Now, Haley, or Haley, I'm not sure how you say her name. Haley is an outstanding athlete in her own right, and she is a professional softball player with the USA Pride.
She played at the University of Oregon.
Correct. Oregon alum.
She can play. Yes.
She's good?
She's still, if she's still playing with the Pride, she can still play. Yes.
Professional fast pitch softball team.
Mm-hmm.
7-time NPF champions. They've had 20 Olympic athletes play for their team.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So the funniest part about this, if you go watch this video, is the audible gasp from the women in the crowd when he says this. There's an audible like, "Oh no." Like, did you really just say that? Like, there is a recoil from the audience when he says, "When my wife doesn't show up to the games, usually something good happens."
Now, she was probably supposed to come. Like, there's definitely a story there. Like, that was his take a shot at something. There's no question.
And then she returned the favor?
And she fired right back. I love it.
She has 120. But she has 120,000 followers on Twitter. Like this is not like a small Twitter account. Like she has a large Twitter following.
Yes.
So she 100% returned the favor.
Absolutely. Yes. This
is my new
believe
favorite.
Me, this was mild compared to when he knocked on the door, when he opened the door, when he got home. The shot she took on Twitter was just to warn him, hey, that's great. You got the walk-off. Make sure you pick the milk up on the way home and enjoy probably sleeping on the couch or who knows what. But that's the banter back and forth. That's funny. Listen.
Oh, it's so good.
I didn't even know about this until like I was a little bit older.
Mm-hmm.
But I've referenced Moses the barber on here before. And when he used to gamble in the casino, and he was either dating or now he's married for a long time to his wife, wasn't allowed in the same area.
She wasn't, or he wasn't?
She wasn't.
Oh.
If he was playing blackjack, shooting craps, or anything like that, she had to go for a walk. Sometimes he made her leave the casino. If she was in the building, he said, "I couldn't win. I can't win. I just can't. I never." That's how crazy gamblers are.
Now, is that because he's not focused or because he thinks she's bad luck?
Good things happen when she wasn't there. Just like this guy said after the game. Not necessarily that she's bad luck, but good things happen
when she's
not there.
Like, how does this becomes a thing now? Like, if she shows up, Brewer fans are going to be like, "Oh shit, she's here. Uh-oh." Like, all of a sudden you start like going like, "Hey man, is your wife here?" "Yeah." Fade the Brewers. Bet against the Brewers.
Hey, like the manager skips, like, hey, wife coming today?
Yeah,
I
right.
think so. All right, you're on the bench.
Yeah, right. You're not playing.
Can't play.
It'd be a thing.
Right?
It actually could be like a running joke. Like, this is not good. Like, you
Yeah,
just put
no.
this into the world. Now everybody knows.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
This is-
she's not here, so might as well do something fun.
Yeah, exactly.
First
right?
career walk-off.
That's
Oh,
it's
this poor
it's too
kid.
good. The walk-off interviews are amazing. That's like where I saw the San Diego one the first time where the
Right.
catcher started saying, "Let's fucking go San Diego."
Right.
And he kept saying it. Every time they won a game late and he would do the post game, he would be talking and he found a way to work it in. And
Right.
it blew up in the stadium and then it started to
Right.
catch. This guarantee, if the Brewers keep winning, this is definitely going to be a thing. And
Do you ever see the video or the still picture of Garen Austin with the Red Sox getting hit with the blue Gatorade with Big Poppy?
no.
There's an unbelievable still shot. Garen's a friend of mine. She used to work in Omaha, and it's crazy how the world works. But she became the sideline reporter for the Red Sox.
Okay.
So I would see her all the time at games. I'd go down, I'd cover games, and I would see her and whatnot. But there's a shot of her that's really famous of David Ortiz has a walk-off home run. She's doing the same interview, and the Red Sox hit Ortiz with this huge bucket of blue Gatorade, but they
Dump it
miss
on
him. Yeah, no, they throw it. Like, don't dump it. They like throw it. And so there's
no.
this still shot of her in a white lace dress in the middle of the summer getting drenched with blue Gatorade next to David Ortiz. It's like it was taken. The still photo is the video is good, but the still photo is incredible. Garen still tweets it out like once or twice a year. It's a really funny picture. But yeah,
You get mad in that situation when you're the sideline.
I used to
Like, what do you
laugh.
do?
She would the Red Sox would pay her dry cleaning bill when that
Okay.
happens. So
Thanks.
like
Yeah.
she wouldn't care, but like she used to laugh. Like the shoe bill would be high. Like the shoes are ruined, the dress is ruined. Like you can pay for the cleaning, but it doesn't.
Right.
It's done. Like
Right.
you got drenched with a gigantic bucket of Gatorade. Like you're not going to be able to get that out if it's a white dress or
Right.
whatever. So yeah, it's and what happened was it became a thing in Boston for a while with her. So the players stopped aiming for the player and started aiming for her.
See, that's the problem with baseball and like, even softball. You start to do that, it takes a life of its own.
Right.
I absolutely love all that stuff. Like,
And she was a
being
good
part
sport
of
with
that
it. She would
team,
laugh. Like she would just be like,
that's
"Oh my
good.
gosh, here we go
Okay.
again."
Yeah. Right.
And she would laugh about it. And now there's a guy who does a sideline reporter angle, and I think the last time I saw it was the walk-off home run from Adam Duvall, and I don't think they even aimed for Adam. They went right after the guy.
Yeah.
And it was water, but they missed Adam entirely and drenched the sideline reporter for the Red Sox.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's a fun part of the game.
It is.
I like it a lot. So we got a lot of day games going on right now, including the Red Sox and the Tigers.
There's a couple games now. There's 4 games got postponed.
6-3 Red Sox over the Tigers.
How about that?
Okay,
Turn
nice.
that around. They were losing a whole game.
Yeah, 6 straight runs for them. Adam Duvall has set the record for the most RBIs in his first 6 games in a Red Sox uniform in their franchise history.
Wow. Holy
12
crap.
RBIs in 6 games. So
Look at that.
That guy's on fire.
That's
He's
awesome.
doing well. 3 games to break down. We have home openers. Home opener for the Nats or the Rockies with the Nats coming to town. It's Kyle Freeland Day
Oh boy.
against
this was a thing
Josiah
last
Gray.
year. Yep.
Freeland against Gray.
Over?
Toes 11.
It's not high enough, is it?
I don't know. The temperature is going to be 50 degrees. So I don't know how the ball flies in Colorado when it's 50, but Josiah Gray led the majors in home runs allowed, and he gave up 3 in his first start so far this season.
Yeah, I mean,
Fly ball pitcher.
First
in a
off,
fly ball in a fly ball ballpark.
Yeah.
A fly ball pitcher. Not good. That is not good. Can the Rockies win is the question.
Sure.
Yeah, they need it. And Freeland was really good his first start, but he's much better on the road. ERA of 6 last year at home at Coors Field, but that's not all that atypical. Game of the day is Braves Padres. Strider against Snell. This is the
total.
This is a good game.
Wow. 8 is the total. I don't know. Do you like a side?
I like the Braves. I'll take the dog in the situation. There's something up right now with this Padres team until they get Tatis back. Tatis got into a controversy with, I guess a player yesterday pitcher called out Tatis for the steroids after the game yesterday. There's a lot of
So there's gonna be a lot of that. Wait till he gets on the road.
820. Yeah, well,
a lot of chirping about that.
2 weeks. We're literally 2 weeks away from him playing his first game in the major leagues.
Yeah, I mean, what did he expect is going to happen?
Yeah.
That graphic. That's the Braves are at home. They're the -150 favorite. Just so you
flip it right.
see that. Yeah. So the Braves are at home. The total's 8. I would think right now over. I like that. Flip a coin on the side. I mean, the Braves. The season just started. I can't say the Braves hit lefties, but the Braves
generally hit lefties.
Yeah. Yeah.
Padres need to get get going at home. They need to go home and get some home cooking going.
Linus Crimmage in the chat just came in. Spencer Strider Day. Braves first 5 and over K prop.
Oh, like it. Yeah, fair.
A lot of strikeouts in that Padre lineup right now.
And then finally, it's May versus Kelly. Dodgers -160 against Diamondbacks.
Is this a rivalry yet?
It is right now because these D-backs are so young, they don't know any better. These kids, this is little brother, big brother, and the big brother doesn't acknowledge the little brother at all. But the D-backs, 100%, especially with Kelly on the mound, one of their better pitchers on the mound. D-backs
live,
are live
right here?
They're
Aren't
live.
they live?
Yes, they're live doing this game. I would agree.
Live to win the game. I think so.
And May is off of Tommy John, and we'll see what he looks like.
He pitched great already.
Did he? Okay.
He pitched pretty good. Yeah. So, and the Dodgers, again, they're starting this same thing, and we were on it last year. And again, you guys that were with us last year in baseball season, we talked a lot about it. I think the Dodgers, of all their games that they won, which is a lot, only less than 10 times did they not win on the run line.
Run line. Yep. Dodgers win. It's run
Something
line.
like that. Yeah.
Yes.
So if you're going to play the Dodgers, I mean, you can play it on the money line, but I mean, you can play it on a run line today and pick them or plus money, small plus money. So worth a peek if you like the Dodgers.
4-2, 3-3 for the D-backs is a pretty good start to the year. It's nice.
They played a 3-game set against the Dodgers too.
Yeah. So, the Marlins got postponed today, but they're 3-4, so they've gotten off to a good start. It's 5-0 Blues, Blue Jays. Manoah Day's off to a good start. Greinke got ripped at home. That's really odd for Zach Greinke. Was it yesterday or today?
Greinke pitched yesterday.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Who's pitching today?
For Toronto?
No, for KC.
Lyles.
Okay, so him getting killed, not that shocking. Yeah. But he's still in there. 4 1/3, 5 earned runs given up.
Right.
He's still pitching, which is somewhat surprising for that. But so nice 5-0, 3. Royals are going to drop to 1-6. Yikes. That's not a good start to the year for Kansas City.
Sorry, JC from KC.
Yeah, that's tough.
At least the baby Blues look great with the Royals. The team doesn't really so much, but he looks great when he posts those pictures. Boy, you see Koepka's shirt that he's wearing today? -5.
He's
Brooks
my guy
Koepka
right now.
-5, a little bright shirt too, letting everybody know I'm here. I'm going to be here all week.
He just plays so well. I mean, he's such a in the majors. He played really well last week, and now here he is into the Masters.
Yeah.
One quick football story to get into.
Yep.
So, have you seen the controversy here in Vegas with the Raiders, Patriots? People are getting really mad.
What did it? I mean, I only saw it because you sent it to me in the rundown, but like Hoyer's the backup now?
The Las Vegas Patriots are becoming a really big thing, and it's pissing off people here. They are not happy with it at all. They're really mad. Danny Amendola was signed as the wide receivers coach yesterday.
This is what happens, though, in organizations and teams and life, right? When one guy gets in,
right? You hire who you know,
bring in other guys.
Yeah. Or you want to be comfortable. I don't have a problem. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I mean, Amendola obviously
is
that
big of a deal. If it wins, who gives a shit? If it doesn't win in this, sports organization, then you got a problem. No.
Yeah, I mean, that's in any sport, though. I mean, if you don't win in pro sports, you get blown out, whether you hire your friends or not.
True.
So
So
you
you
got to
might as well
win.
hire your friends, right? That's
Right.
what they're
Or be
doing.
comfortable. Right. Be comfortable who you're working with. Hoyer coming in to back up Jimmy Garoppolo. They know each other really well. The stories in New England is that Brian Hoyer got fired because Belichick is extremely angry with Brian Hoyer because Hoyer led a coup, essentially, or an uprising about the way they were using Mac Jones. And it really pissed off Bill. And
Right.
that's why Mac Jones is being shopped. There were rumors that Mac Jones might get traded to the Raiders. That you'd be
Oh,
like, you want him? I mean, Mac Jones right now is on the trading block.
wow.
Patriots have inquired about the value of heading into the draft for Mac Jones because of what
Oh,
Mac did. Belichick's very upset about how it's gone, but Bill O'Brien being hired may have been the way of calming that whole thing down. No one really knows at the moment, but Hoyer's here. Amendola's here. Obviously, Josh McDaniels is here. There's just been this litany of Patriot players and coaches. That have
two
come
times
over.
in one show you use litany?
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
A lot.
I'm
A ton.
no, no. I'm good with it. I just
A
don't want the
gaggle.
chat to be confused with it.
A gaggle of them.
A gaggle
Of Patriot-related people are now
guys,
here.
right, yeah.
with
And we're
this.
here in Vegas, and we got the show called Bostonian versus the Book, kind of like doing the same thing, like
But I
talking
like
about
the
other
hire. I
stuff.
mean, here's the fun thing, though. If you're Hunter Renfrow, having Danny Amendola be your coach for the wide receivers is really a great thing for you because they're so similar. It's people thought Edelman might go into coaching, and Edelman decided to go become a sportsbook ambassador instead. So he's doing that.
All the betting he's done, that's probably a good idea.
So he's now the face of WinBet in Boston. But Amendola's coming out here, and I mean, they were all on vacation together. I don't know if you saw that scene with Brady, Gronk, Edelman. All of them are in, I think they were in Mexico or Dominican Republic, from where they went. They all did, this shirtless, topless thing.
Photo shoot, weird.
It wasn't weird,
type
just
of
was
thing.
typical. It was just like, came out, look at us on vacation. Gronk had his butt hanging out in the water, which everyone was like, why is Gronk's trunks hanging down so low?
My trunks always come down too. Like I totally get that. Like when I go in the ocean, the kids are always like, "Daddy, we can see your butt." And I try to tie them and keep them up, but they always come down when they go in the ocean. It's a pain in the ass.
There you go. So yeah, it's interesting to watch. People here are very annoyed by it. They're tired of the Patriots. They don't like the Patriots. And well, they're now the Patriots West. And so we'll see if it wins. If they wins, they don't care. If they lose,
Right.
could be a problem. Will Times Square have a casino? Because this is a huge topic right now in New York as they talk about the number of sites where each proposed site will be for a casino.
Yeah.
The most loudest, controversial, and maybe unlikely casino, because building the casino in Times Square could be problematic with construction and whatnot.
Why?
Because it's already crazy busy as is. You want to shut
I
down
know.
the
So
streets?
why would you put one there? Do you need
Because
to
it's
do
so
that?
many people. Yes, it's the tourist trap of tourist traps. It's the place that everybody goes, and you put a casino there. Oh my. I mean, it literally would be something like if you built a casino in Times Square, it would be something out of The Simpsons. Like The Simpsons would have put a casino in Times Square, like saying circa 2050, they put a casino in Times Square. Like nobody, it was so far-fetched, nobody would believe it.
Right.
But if it happened, it would be just like, oh my gosh, this is nuts.
I guess I'm biased. I mean, only because I know what it's like to try to get in and out of work when you work in a casino.
Yep.
And I always see things a little bit different than, I mean, like, yeah, for people that own the casino, sure, we'll put it down in Times Square. There's how many people on foot traffic every day walking by there and coming down there, and they'll come in and they'll play a slot or they'll sit at a table. But I mean, you're going to need you're going to have to make reservations to get a spot at a table with all those people in there, right? Like you're going to have to sit there and
incredible.
wait behind somebody to try to jump in and play. And I don't know. I mean, we've lived here long enough, but you went back to Boston this summer,
Right.
or this winter. You were just there, actually.
December.
You
Yep.
saw what the environment's like. Is it that big of a deal now? I mean, because casinos are everywhere.
Oh, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. Yeah, it's a big deal.
People that live there won't go there. They'll
Yes, they
go
do.
to the other places.
No one lives in Times Square.
Nobody lives there.
No, in Times Square? No one really lives in Times Square. No.
And no
Times
one
Square
lives
is
close to Times Square?
they do, but like it's New
Like,
York.
they
It's
don't
40
go right, that's what
it's
I mean, like
44th and 45th Street. Like people aren't really going like
okay.
it's expensive to live there for one thing. It's crowded as hell to live there. No one really wants to live there. It's in Midtown Manhattan, so no one really wants to be a part of that. But it's tourism on tourism. I mean, there's so many tourists that want to be there. The proposal is a 800 room 800 room hotel with 250,000 square feet of gambling space. Caesar's Palace Times Square would occupy the lower 8 floors of a high-rise building, 1515 Broadway.
This sounds like
In case you know New
mess.
York. Could you imagine, but just visually, can you imagine 8 stories in a skyscraper is a casino? Like the top 8 floors are either hotel rooms, 800 hotel rooms, or a casino floor that you go play.
Sounds like Biff's place, like from Back to the Future.
Great point. It does. It's a great.
It sounds
yes.
like just like that, and all the chicanery
Yep.
and the litany of Jagos and everything else that would be there would be immeasurable.
Yes.
And the way you just described all of the stuff that it would be sounds eerily similar to the way people describe the strip that live here. Crowded, touristy trap, all these other things. Think about how many people live here that never go down there. And especially with the construction that's happening right now. I don't want to go down there ever. I don't know if putting a casino right in the middle of all of that shit is the best idea. But good luck if you do. That's great.
I can't wait. I mean, it's Rock Nation, Jay-Z, Caesars, this SL Green Realty Corp is trying to get it done. It's fascinating to see if that were to happen. Very, very interesting to see. Sports Grid tomorrow, day 2 of the Masters. We will be with you guys coming up. I think we've got something special for you guys on the other side if you're watching live on YouTube and Twitter, because it is now time for BVB bonus time. BVB bonus time.
Sonic! Full credit to
And
Sonic.
Matt. Sonic did the video.
Right.
Matt put the sound effect.
Farra animated it. That's fantastic.
He put the slot machine sound effect onto BVB bonus time. Welcome to the first ever, now with a sweeper, for BVB bonus time on YouTube and Twitter.
It's fantastic.
This is why you subscribe to the YouTube channel, because you get to watch you get to watch us here with BVB bonus time.
And you get to participate in the chat.
Yes.
As well. And for those of you listening, thank you for listening. The audio apparently sounds great. A lot of people like that.
I was going to say. So, one more story before we get to better to book it.
But lastly, though, seriously, now that we're off
the
sports, you think this is a good idea, putting a casino in fucking Times Square? Seriously?
No, it's a horrible idea.
Okay. All right.
But it doesn't mean there's not people who are trying to do it. I mean, I get why they're trying to do it. It'll be an absolute cash register. It's a horrible idea, but it will be an absolute dynamic money-making machine for whoever who wants to do it.
You think so?
Yes. Without a doubt. No question in my mind. Just the number of New Yorkers on lunch break and stuff. People all work in that area. There's so many people who work in the Times Square area. They all go to lunch there. They go to dinner there. They'd stay over there. They would stay. I mean, it would be
okay.
Book. It would probably be. I'll make this. If there ever was one, it probably would be close to like $700 a night minimum to stay there overnight. Like on like a Tuesday.
Wow. Okay.
It already is. Stay in Times Square right now. It's like $400 or $500 minimum to stay per night down there. So you put a casino down there. You put a new glitzy wannabe, Rock Nation type of property with Caesars. Whew. Yeah, if they can do it. Now, getting it built would be problematic. I think it's a really ambitious idea, because shutting down streets and blocks of New York to build it is not going to be easy to do. So, but it could be wild to see if they ever pulled it off to have a casino in Times Square.
That would be crazy.
So we always love talking about polls and how polls are all sort of kind of. This is 1,100 people in Canada, in Ontario.
Oh, awesome. Yes. Fantastic.
They're now claiming Canadian bettors, according to this survey, are now overwhelmingly using regulated iGaming platforms. 85% of online gamblers are using regulated sites.
Of course.
If this is
because
true,
the people they ask the question to are going to admit that they're not using regulated sites, Matthew, but go ahead, sir.
That's why I'm bringing this up. Before, when we started seeing sports gambling being pushed out across the country, one of the things we were always looking at was the number of people who supposedly were leaving the black market and starting to use regulated sports books. And so other states went, man, look what happened in that state or that state. We have to get involved with this. I bring this up because the Trojan horse of this whole fucking thing has been iGaming. Everything, including companies like DraftKings, have put a ton.
Betting is the Trojan horse to the iGaming.
Correct. This is iGaming in Canada, saying that 85% of the people are not using illegal iGaming sites. They're using regulated, taxable, trackable iGaming sites.
Of course they are.
This number is going to be cited by states that are going to try to push iGaming.
100%.
Like, this is a big survey. Like this is Ontario was ranked as the 5th biggest market for gambling in North America yesterday. Top 5 jurisdiction for gambling in North America, Mexico, United States, and Canada. So 85%, that's a big number. If that's true, which we'll see. I mean, this survey is 1,100 people that's claiming for all of Ontario, who, like you mentioned, are they really going to admit that they're breaking the law?
Hello, I'm taking a survey. You gamble, right? Oh, yes, I gamble.
Are you breaking the law?
Do you gamble on the regulated site or the unregulated site? I'm sorry, excuse me. Who did you say your name was? I'm with the CDC. I'm doing a gaming poll. We're asking people. Oh, yeah. It's the legal sites. Oh, yeah. Do you like iGaming? On the legal sites? Yeah. Sure. Okay, thank you. Click. Come on. What the hell's going on?
On April 4th of 2022, iGaming went legal in Ontario. There were 12 operators.
Okay, that was 2022.
1 year ago, yesterday, or 2 days ago.
Right.
There were 12 operators that signed on for iGaming in Ontario.
Oh, this number's going to blow my mind, is it not? Oh, how many?
40.
I was going to say 3 times.
It's more than that.
I was going to say 36. Now.
Yeah.
40?
40 operators are currently there.
We can't find a fucking sponsor. There's 40 of them. BVB, they love us in Canada too.
They do.
I know the fucking words though, Canada. I used to sing it to the kids every night when I was
70 iGaming websites are currently operating.
70
in Ontario, Canada.
Come on, bro. Forget about all these other people that are talking to us. We got to call all 70 of them.
Total wagers eclipsed $35 billion in the first 12 months, with approximately $1.4 billion in total gaming revenue. Ontario is now a top 5 iGaming jurisdiction in all of North America.
What?
Yep.
Why are we talking to anybody in the United States right now?
That's a decent question. It is.
We stand on guard for thee, oh Canada. I'll root for the Oilers to win the Stanley Cup. I don't give a shit. Oilers, Maple Leafs, let's go.
By the way, the poll was conducted by IPSOS, whatever that is. Not by CDC, but just to be accurate.
By who? IPO what?
IPSOS.
IPSOS. Oh,
that stands for that stands for what does that stand for? It doesn't say what it's standing for. It doesn't stand for. It just says.
Don't get it incorrect. IPSOS.
In the story.
We could come with a lot of things that could stand for.
Yep.
I mean, just say
1,100 Ontarians were surveyed, showing that 85.3% of respondents who gambled online said over the previous 3 months they gambled on regulated sites.
I love Canada. I do.
It's just interesting to look at. It's one of those stories that you're like, okay, That's going to be used for someone in the United States trying to legalize iGaming in their state. That number is 100% going to be used by a lawmaker at some point very soon.
I hope somebody cuts a clip from the show and puts it out that we even talked about it first, because like we're seeing the board pretty clear, and I'm not just talking about the plays every day.
Right.
There's a lot of things happening in this space that we're seeing. And there's people coming in and giving plays, and there's other people coming in and writing stories. There's other people coming in and taking surveys, talking about a lot of shit. We're still here. We're going to be here. Somebody just that's Canada. I mean, get it together. Bonvi's already on the case. Bonvi's going to do some research. Pierre Chevalier.
Do it. Let's see.
Let's get somebody to do we'll do a
Conversation.
BBB Canada whole thing, whatever they want. Get this thing out there. We can beat a Trojan horse.
That's true. 65. Victor Hovland shot at 7 under. So he went par on the way in. So shot
it's a good number.
It's a phenomenal. Tiger shot 2 over. 74. It's gonna be tough.
He gonna make the cut.
It's gonna be tight. We'll see. We'll see what the predictive story is gonna be.
Right.
Not gonna be easy, but better than 3, but 2. I would have rather had him be even par. That stinks.
Paulo De Silva just came in the chat and said this is the first time that he's caught us live. Thank you, Paulo.
Welcome in. Hit the like button.
Us. Hopefully, we lived up to the billing.
Subscribe, hit the like button. Okay, better to book it time.
Yep.
Bruins Maple Leafs under 6. Better to book it.
Under.
Agreed.
Bet it.
Agreed. Knights in the Kings over 6 was a play only if Quick was in. Now that Quick is not in, and it's Brossois under. Agreed. But with Brossois, Knights money line minus 125 over the Kings. Betting and booking it. Vegas at home.
Damn, this is going to be a hard one, Perrault. I want the Knights to win.
I like Brossois. I think they're going to even it up.
It's 12:30 our time. As of right now, I like Knights, but and the game is close. You could take the +2, but I don't know. I like Knights. Bet.
So do I.
Knights.
Knights money line. Rangers Blues over 6.5.
Rangers Blues. There's 14 games. Why would you pick this game?
Because the Blues and the Rangers score a ton of goals.
What are the Rangers playing for, son?
They scored 6 goals last night. What were they playing for last night?
Matchup? Yeah.
They know who they're playing. It's Rangers Islanders.
Can we bet team total over on the Rangers instead? I feel better.
Why?
About that. I don't know. Is Igor playing? What if the Blues don't get 2 goals? Is it 4-2? Yeah.
Blues are at home. Blues are an over team at home.
Oh man, this is nerve-wracking. I would book this one. I'm not confident.
Okay.
Not confident. But you're
Blues.
Rolling, so you could win this. I don't know.
The Blues are 21-16-2 at home on the season. The Blues have been pretty good, 5-5 over the last 5 on the road. Right. The Rangers though are scoring a ton of goals. It's been Rangers have been offensively. They are every night putting in goals. It's been fun to watch them, actually.
Team total over. I like that.
Okay, that's fair. That's not a bad play. I think 6.5 is also in play for the game. And then Avs Stars money line, even money parlay.
Paulo wants us to come to Canada. He just came in.
I would love to go to Canada. Only been there. I've only been to Montreal. That's the only place I've been in Canada.
Oh, really?
Yep. That's it. That's all I've been to. I haven't been anywhere else in Canada. I would love to go to Vancouver. I've heard amazing things about Vancouver.
Yeah. Huh. All right. I'll have to really consider that. I've been to Edmonton, been to Toronto, been to Niagara Falls. Never been.
I've been there too. Yeah, I've been in the Canadian side and the U.S. side for Niagara Falls. So that's actually not true. Sorry, but it was like I was like over the border. Like it wasn't like I was in Canada. Like I was at Niagara Falls, so I just went to the Canadian side.
We took our fraternity boat there because you could drink when you were 19.
Right. That's why we went there too. Yeah, I went there as a sophomore in college. I went to Montreal because I was 19.
Strip club trip, Mince. Boy, they saw us coming. Yeah, it was called Mince.
I don't know the name of the place we went. Strip club too, but I don't remember the name of the place we went.
It was the first time I had ever even thought about going into one.
Oh,
And I watched my fraternity brothers be complete marks and idiots. And I'm like, what are you guys doing? They were throwing every money dollar they had at these people. And I was like, guys, we got to get home. Like you're giving them all the gas money. What are you doing? Oh, marks. Avstar's money line. What is this bet?
Even money.
Like what's the bet?
Stars money line over the Flyers. Colorado money line over the Sharks.
How does this lose?
It doesn't. It wins. I bet it last time. Same bet that I made before. I made this bet 2 days ago.
This has to win. This is a bet.
Easier place. And then finally, first 5 over 5.5 for the Rockies and the Nationals with Gray and Freeland.
Oh. Why'd you even this?
Why? Because it's Gray versus Freeland.
No, I know, but like, God.
It's Kyle Freeland Day and it's Josiah Gray Day. I mean, you've got 2 gas can pitchers at Coors Field.
I mean, I'd rather you pick like the Chicago Vancouver.
No, this is a better game.
Over in hockey.
Why?
Like, I mean,
that's
going to win.
This is launch pad stuff. This is one team can score 6 runs. One team could score 6 runs. One of these teams could cover it themselves in the first 5 innings.
Oh.
I want both offenses against these pitchers. I thought about team totals. I was like, nah, we're not going to go team total Nationals because Gray is so bad. This could be a get-right spot for the Rockies. It's home opener for the Rockies.
It's April baseball. I'm booking it. I can't just sign off on this shit. I can't.
Right. It's fine. We're going over. We're going to see Gray give up 3 home runs in his first outing.
Yes.
Gives up 2 more today. Is my guess.
Oh, okay.
And that's how we get to 5.5. 4-2 after 5.
4-2 after 5. What a
one
sweat.
of these teams.
I mean, Chicago and Vancouver will be 3 goals scored in the first 6 minutes probably tonight in that hockey game.
I don't know. Chicago worries me.
Really?
The kids, there's certain teams right now I don't think you can look at. I'm trying to avoid, if I can, games like that.
Right.
Because both teams are out of it.
Right.
And unders, they could just skate around. Like, what do they care about scoring? What do they care about scoring?
Trying to get goals and shit. I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, it goes one way or the other. I mean, it's just I've bet a couple of overs this week where I thought it was, surefire numbers were completely pointing towards the over. It was 3-1 final.
Right.
Just because it's like, okay, we don't really care. Teams that are out of it right now are difficult to, expect the trend to continue.
Right.
Favorite thing about today is what?
Well, hell, it's this card of all these hockey games is going to be
Right.
fun tonight. But
Right.
A dear friend sent a text this morning that I shared with you two before the show. We won't share here on the show, but it gave us a good laugh, and what's going on. The stories that come with both not just content creation, talking about sports, betting on sports, watching sports. We're watching the Masters today, and we got a picture of you with the flaps up. We got a picture of me with the kids from 9 years ago to the day, and the exchange between Lemieux and myself was, hey, I call him Mario. A lot of people say I say it wrong. It's Mario. Anyhow, I said, hey, Travis told me to say hello to you and see if you take a picture with me and the kids. And he goes, you know Travis? And I said, yeah. He stopped his cart. Couldn't have been nicer.
Whoa.
And we took the picture. And he told me then it was great. He's like, hey, enjoy the golf, you guys. Girls, have fun with your dad. Dad, nice hat. And then he pulled off. And the irony of all of that came about today as we were texting and talking, and I'm listening to old school music, and I'm going, and PB said it today on the Twitter, which again, you can follow us on Twitter, follow the show at Boston versus the Book too. You see all the clips, you get both of us, our Twitter, Sports BK can say, Sports Talk Matt, but he said it. He goes, and you're still wearing the hats today. And I was like, ain't that something? Ain't that something? Like, we got hats, we got a show to talk about it and share all this great shit. It's the fucking best thing about today. And Sonic's new little work with Farra put together the little sweeper. That kind of made my day too. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, my favorite thing about today is just the Masters. I mean, it's such a fun.
So good.
I can't wait to go watch the rest of it. Watch the afternoon. It's a turning of the page in a lot of ways because it to me it marks the official end of football.
Winter.
Like football is gone for a while. Like you just go ahead once the Masters starts, you just kind of go, okay, the weekends will be spent watching golf. Saturday and Sunday, we're watching golf.
We're gonna be talking about football in like a week with all this
Of
draft
course,
bullshit.
But you know what I mean though. We're not
You're
watching
gonna
football.
talk about that. I ain't talking about that.
No, we'll talk about the draft during draft week when it's time to bet it, if people are going to bet it. But we don't, I mean, we have other things to talk about. We have more pertinent things. We have playoff hockey and basketball and baseball. There's three sports that will keep us through. I mean, there's a monster UFC card Saturday that we'll talk about tomorrow. Right. Monster. Huge card. Cannot wait. Yep. I mean, Izzy back second time against the guy he's lost 2 times prior. Huge fight that we'll get into. Good Gilbert Burns against Jorge Masvidal. Good co-main event tomorrow night. So we got that to get into. We've got a fight here on April 22nd. We have a fight here that's going to be monster between Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia, which is going to be a ton of fun. Okay. That's on April 22nd. All right. That's coming up here in a couple of weeks for that fight. So that's going on. There's just a lot of really cool things in April that now we get away from. You know, I never cared about spring football. I know some of you guys might be in places where you care about spring football. I never, when I worked in Alabama and I worked in Nebraska, I worked in Iowa, never cared about spring football. Still don't care about spring football.
Oh boy.
They're practices. That's all it is. Okay.
Shit. Now you've done it.
It means nothing. But I've always been, I want to talk about the games, and spring football's not a game. So once we get to the Masters, it's like, welcome to the springtime. Now we get into playoff hockey, playoff basketball. So I love that we have the Masters day 1 today. Hopefully Tiger plays the weekend because it's so much more fun when he's playing on the weekend, but we'll watch it tomorrow live for you tomorrow to see if Tiger's going to make the cut or not. He won't be on the course tomorrow when we're on the air. He may tee up at the end of our show. He'll tee off probably, but we'll know the cut line. We'll have a pretty good idea of what Tiger needs to shoot for that to happen.
Yeah.
So
big day tomorrow. Roll call Friday.
Roll call Friday. Tomorrow, Farra, Dave, Matt. We'll talk to you tomorrow.